welcome to the Theater Geeks Anonymous YouTube channel! So, this idea came to me while I was listening to this podcast. It's called F Your Show, and it was written by the same people who do Most Popular Girls in School, which is one of my favorite web shows. They made a sort of fantasy football draft kind of thing, but they made like 90s malls and 90s TV shows and stuff. And I thought, hey, Wano would be the coolest thing ever to do that kind of thing, but like with Broadway people. So we decided to cast our own fantasy musical. And so we both have our lists somewhere in my pocket. Yes. Alright, so we had
categories were
the mandatory categories that we had to have was lead character, romantic interest, villain, narrator, and Greek chorus. We needed 3 people for that. And then we could pick one of the following.
No, 4 of the following.
I know. 4 of the following. I was going to say one of the following 4, but 4 out of a second romantic interest, plot twist, a best friend, a quirky side character, a composer or lyricist, which we decided that if we want 2 people
that
to be it,
usually work together.
Yeah, so like Rodgers and Hammerstein would count as one option instead of 2, because you can't just have one and not the other. And then finally a wild card, which basically means that we can choose absolutely whatever we want. So and we have our list, we have our markers.
And then when we are done, we are going to title each other's musical based on our choices. And to decide who has the first draft, I have a random number picker.
Hopefully it's me, because I know you're going to take my person.
1.
No, don't take my person.
My first choice is for villain.
Okay, that I'm okay with.
I know, I was stuck between 2. And I choose Kate Shindle.
That was my number 1 choice too.
I choose Kate Shindle because not only is she perfection in every way possible, she was the most badass character in Wonderland, in Legally Blonde, in everything she plays. She basically is every villain because she's perfect.
I can see that. I like it. You know, she also has a very villain voice.
Yes, her voice is made for villain.
Speaking of villain voice, I will get back to my villain later, but I'm going to take my composer lyricist before you do. I am taking Brian Yorkie and Tom Kitt, who wrote If Then and Next to Normal and probably a ton of other stuff. Like, those are my favorites by them, because I'm thinking that a lot of my I want a show that can like connect to a like teen young adult audience, and I feel like especially with Next to Normal I have not connected with anything else as much. So yes.
What makes my choice much harder? Okay, then my next category is going to be best friend, which is one of the optional things, and I choose Laura Osnes.
No, she was going to be my lead character. No, not allowed.
Laura Osnes, because she is adorable and beautiful, and she has such a versatile voice, you know, Cinderella and Bonnie, she could be anything. So Laura Osnes.
Okay. First, now you do realize I now have to recast all of my ideas because it was solely around her.
You're welcome.
But you know, I did have an alternate because I wanted a big name person. So I'm gonna say it. I was going to choose Idina Menzel, but again, I want to be able to connect to the younger audience a bit more. So I'm going to have to go with Samantha Barks.
No, that was my first choice lead character.
Yes. Yes.
I hate you.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That was my first choice.
I was like, and after this video, if we are still friends after this video,
we won't be. This is it. This is the end. Because that was my lead character.
This may be our last video. Our 13-year friendship.
God.
Will end over who.
Got Samantha Barks.
Okay.
You've gotten my composer and my lead character.
Pick your person.
Okay, well I might as well. Okay, I'm gonna go with my lead character before you choose it for something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for my lead character, Janet. I can't say last names, like Decal or Decal or what do you know what it is? She was Alice in Wonderland, and I'm choosing her because now that I don't have Samantha Barks, I'm gonna go for an older cast. Not too old, but older.
Okay.
And she is like, I love her voice, it's just wonderful. Perfect. Okay.
Alright, so I
If you
was
still know one of the people I will never speak to again.
I was going to pick romantic interest because I know there's probably one that we both have. But then I'm like, I have multiple choices for romantic interest. I only really have one wild card that I actually like. And I feel like I'm going to take this from you too, so I'm sorry. But I cast as the main character's older brother. I'm going to have Jeremy Jordan. Was he wrote your romantic interest?
He was the second choice, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take my first now, Aaron Tveit, for my romantic interest. Because, you know what? Don't take it.
Well, you know what? He actually wasn't my first choice. If it was Laura Osnes, that would have been my first choice. Actually, maybe he would have been one of my choices, but I think I'm gonna go with like a little lesser known name, just so I can like give him his moment.
You say it.
Oh, I don't think you've ever heard of this
Okay,
guy.
good. Okay, good.
When I saw Rent off Broadway like 2 years ago, he played Roger, and he has the best last name ever. His name's Matt Shingledecker.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, I knew it. And basically he was great, and I think he would be great opposite Sam, and we love him. Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my quirky side character. I have 3 people that they are equally as like, I wanted them all equally, but now that I'm going with a little bit older cast, I'm going to choose Kristen Chenoweth as my quirky side character because obviously.
I almost had her as quirky side character, but then after I decided somebody else, so I'm gonna do Sierra Boggess because I can totally imagine her playing the quirky side character. Who did you have her as?
Second romantic interest, but okay.
Well,
fine. Take her too. For Greek chorus, are we going all like?
I think we can do it one at a time.
One at a time? Yeah. Okay, then I'm taking my first Greek chorus member as Lindsay Mendez.
No, she was gonna be my villain. But I do. Okay, so you've taken 2 of my villain options, which basically means I only have 1 left. Leslie Margarita from Matilda. She's my only option left.
Okay, I had her as next option for best friend, but I wasn't going to choose please. But
well, I'm glad because I didn't have any other options.
I'm still undecided about my narrator for now, so I'm going to go with my second romantic interest as Ramin Karimloo, who actually I could see him at What We Were with Janet, so that's actually very interesting.
I see it now. I can see it.
He's my obsession. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. Like,
I'm pretty sure you have.
Obsession. I need his voice in my life.
I don't think you're going to pick any of my narrators. I mean,
yeah, probably not picking
one of them possibly, but anyway, I think I'm safer there. My Greek chorus, I have plenty of names. So I'm going to pick my best friend, and I'm going to pick Taylor Trench. He played Peter in the revival of Bear that I saw in 2012. He was the Broadway Michael Wormwood in Matilda. He was adorable, and I follow him on Instagram.
But for my narrator, I think I'm going to go with Darren Ritchie, another Wonderland. He was the White Knight, and everything about him just... If you haven't listened to One Night, that's our obsession.
The minute that you said Darren, I was about to cry because I do have a Darren on this for narrator.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
But I don't think I'm going to choose him though, because I was about to. I had this whole story in my mind, but I'm thinking now I'm going to go with narrator Patina Miller.
That's a good choice.
First, we already know that she can be a good narrator and a good storyteller. So what I'm thinking is maybe sort of like Pippin, like she's telling the story of this thing that's happening.
I need a composer. You took my top choice and I don't...
Sorry. I'm actually not.
Okay, I've got 3 in my head. I'm going to go with Sondheim. Because he has done some of my favorites, Into the Woods and West Side Story, among others, and very many different styles as well, so I think it can go either way. So I'm gonna go with Sondheim.
I'm pretty sure that all I have left is just my Greek chorus.
Same, so we'll get Greek chorus.
Okay. I think my first option is going to be Jen Damiano, who, was she one of your choices?
My next choice.
Well, she was Natalie in Next to Normal, and I love her. And every time I listen to her sing Superboy and the Invisible Girl, I get very upset because I cannot sound good in that song.
I'm gonna put one of my favorite sopranos on there.
Me?
No.
Okay.
Especially not after this.
I'm not one of your favorite sopranos anymore.
Samantha Hill, who's currently Cosette on Broadway, and she was the Christine that I saw when I saw Phantom last March, and I love her.
So now my next pick, I'm gonna go with Anna Lee Ashford. Did you have her?
No,
Okay.
that's a good choice. I should have.
Yeah, well, first I thought Legally Blonde. She was one of the head of the Greek chorus, so we already know she can do that kind of thing. She's also adorable. There's this web show called Submissions Only, which is another one of my favorite web shows since I have so many of them. And then her character is called Adorable Girl, and every time they go to an audition, she's always there, and she always sees someone that she knows because she somehow knows everyone, and she's like, "Hi, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever." Like, gives them a hug, like, "Oh my God, you look so good." "No, you look good," like that thing, and she's perfect.
So I had another one, but I realize now I don't think she's ever been on Broadway. She was in some British stuff. So I'm gonna go with Danielle Furland, who was Into the Woods, and she's not as well known, but I do like her voice, and I think it would complement Samantha and Lindsay's voices very well. So I'm going with her for my last Greek chorus.
Alright, and for my last Greek chorus, I'm gonna have to have a show that I love that no one else has ever heard of, called Lysistrata Jones. Had you listened to some of the songs tonight?
Yep.
The person who played Lysistrata was Patty Murin, and she's adorable, and I love her, and I just want to give her a hug and be like, "You're cute." So she'd be my other Greek chorus. So yeah, how much do we want to each go through our entire show so then we can title each other's?
All right.
And do we want to think of a plot off the top of our head too, as we're going through this?
For each other's?
No. Do you want to do we want to make each other's plot, or do we want
let's
to?
make each other's plot.
Okay, so let's just go over everyone that we have.
Okay, you go first, and I will take
Okay.
this in the back.
All right, so I have a back. So my lead character is Samantha Barks.
I remember that.
Of course you do. And her romantic interest is Matt Shingledecker. Villain, Leslie Margarita. Narrator, Patina Miller. Best friend, Taylor Trench. Quirky side character, Sierra Bogus. My wild card, Jeremy Jordan as the lead's older brother. The composer and lyricist, Brian Yorkie and Tom Kitt. And then the Greek chorus is Anna Lee Ashford, Patty Murin, and Jen Damiano.
I liked your idea of a character falling in love with a narrator. So I'm going to go with Jeremy Jordan's character falling in love with Patina Miller, because that would be adorable.
Yes, it would. I like that.
And then I'm going to go with Leslie Margarita being the villain she is, trying to sabotage them in some way, while Sam Barks and who was he? Oh, and Matt. What should their little plot be?
Well, obviously the romantic one.
Well, yes.
I thought you meant to sneeze. I was gonna say bless you.
No.
I was getting all ready for it.
No, I would have sneezed on you though.
Why?
Because I'm so mad at you.
Don't tell it to someone who has allergies because they will revolt like a child. I was just like, did you get that? Did you get that? Okay.
Sam Barks and Matt Shingledecker meet at a coffee shop because they're hipsters.
Okay.
No, one of them's a hipster. Matt is a hipster,
Okay.
and Sam is a punk rocker. And
First, can I just say, I like how I told you that Matt played Roger and Ren, and now you're like, he's gonna be a hipster. That's what he's gonna be. That is who I see him as.
That had nothing to do with the idea, but it fits.
Okay.
But yes, Matt is a hipster, and Sam is a punk rocker, and they meet, and love ensues.
And where are you going to fit in Taylor Trench and Sierra Bogus?
Taylor Trench is who's best friend of Sam's.
Yeah.
Taylor, being the good friend that he is, he is also trying to break them up. He doesn't think that Sam and Matt would be good together. And then who was the other person's name?
Sierra Bogus?
And who she's a quirky side character? Yep. I'm going to say that she is him.
Yeah.
Matt's little sister. Or no, will that work? Let's go sister. We'll just go with sister.
Okay.
Sister. And she just does her quirky thing as the sister. I'm so good at this.
And actually, can I add something else to the plot that I think would be interesting?
Yes.
You know how you made a relationship between Jeremy Jordan and Patina Miller?
Of course.
So that's kind of sort of like the, what if there was a second romantic plot between Sierra and Jeremy?
Ooh, like an actual love triangle, not like a book love triangle, like a teen romance love triangle.
No, to make it a real love triangle, Patina and Sierra would have to have a relationship.
Fine.
Okay. I ship it all.
Patina's in love with Sierra, Sierra's in love with Jeremy, Jeremy's in love with Patina. I can't guess. There we go.
Okay, and what would you call this beautiful show that you...
Oh, a mess.
Yeah. Theater orgy.
Sure. Okay, lead character, Janet, can't speak. Janet Deco, that I cannot decow. Romantic interest, Aaron Tveit, villain, Kate Schindel. Oh, I just realized Janet and Kate will be foils again.
Whoa.
Narrator, Darren Ritchie, Greek chorus.
They'll be together again too.
It's like a Wonderland reunion.
Someone loves Wonderland, and I think it's Eponine.
Greek chorus, Samantha Hill, Lindsay Mendez, Danielle Ferland. Best friend, Laura Osnes, quirky side character, Kristen Chenoweth. Second romantic interest, Ramin Karimlu. And composer is Sondheim.
Okay, so let's decide this plot here. Okay, here's the thing, like, I don't think I want to ship Janet and Aaron, because I feel like, I don't know, I don't see between them, but I am going to ship Janet and your second romantic interest. So they are going to, they're going to be in love until, okay, this is going to be like a story, and Darren Ritchie is going to be telling the story, and it's going to be like, I don't really want to say like fairy tale based like some are, but it's going to be like, it's going to sound like it should be a fairy tale, but it's really not. Kate Schindel is going to be like the evil person that like places a curse, but like it isn't an actual like magic curse. It's really just like she just keeps doing things to mess up Janet's life, and so and at one point Janet's gonna be like, I feel like I'm cursed or something like that. Okay, let's see. Laura Osnes, I feel like they're all gonna like work together because they're like adults, and Laura is like the new intern there, and she wants everyone to love her, so that's where she is. And Kristen Chenoweth is the awkward boss.
Oh yes.
Yes, I have heard that. I don't know why I just all of a sudden made this an Office musical. This actually sounds more like a TV show than a musical.
The Office musical.
I'm pretty sure that's actually it though. Did I get everything?
Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. Our next video, which will be posted probably soon after, we're going to be reading our alternate choices for if we didn't get who we wanted, which, you know, happened like this.
It happened in my case too. It's not just you who is. Raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by Eponine the Naughtier.
Raise your hand if you're dead because you were sacrificing yourself for Cosette's man. Well, anyways.
You know, well, at least you didn't have to see your dad die. You
Yeah,
probably,
my dad's a criminal
I
who beat me up.
was about to say, do you not remember us as kids? You know, if there is anyone who does a complete 180, that's your phone. If there is anyone who does a complete 180 from childhood to now, it is the two of us. So, okay, neither of us had perfect lives.
Bye. We'll see you in the next video.
It looks like it's gonna rain soon. At least that won't hurt you. I'm sorry. Bye. I can't reach. For any of you that didn't hear that, our superintendent just walked by and asked if we were practicing. I instinctively said yes, and she said that we sounded good. I don't know what to say.